If you're feeling stuck, even while you're working your ass off, this episode is for you. Because growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you stop guessing and start getting intentional. Whether it's your business, your healing, your habits, strategy isn't optional. So when you're ready, grab a cup of coffee and come get uncomfortable with me. Hey there, welcome back to the My Inner Struggle podcast. I'm your host, Laura Ferry. I am, if you don't know already, founder and CEO of Laura Ferry Growth Co., where growth gets real. I guess this location might be kind of this summer thing because again, I'm dealing with kids being home for the summer. Moms, how are you functioning? Dads, what are you doing? It's always a little bit more chaotic when you have to entertain your people during the day, and there might be camps and various activities, but I swear I have become an Uber driver and a personal chef all in one on top of everything else, and that's been interesting navigating the summer. So anyway, I digress. I'm really happy you're here. This is going to be a great fucking episode. I'm super pumped about it, actually. I want to explain a little bit about Laura Ferry Growth Co. and whether I help individuals or businesses, because I do both, grow from the inside out. When I work with a business, I don't start with the org chart, I start with you, because who you are is how you lead. And I've been saying that phrase over and over and over again because it holds true in both your personal life and in business. If you are someone that is looking for some help, please go to lauraferry.com and send me a message. I'd love to work with you, see what your challenges are, and see if we're a good fit that we could align and work together to get you out of that stuck space. Before we dive in, I want to mention if you want to get more motivation, mindset shifts, and real business strategy sent right to your inbox, go to lauraferry.com and subscribe to my email newsletter. I send out 2 email newsletters, one on Sunday to get you started for your week, and again, one on Thursday to keep you going and motivated to get through your week. It's all great information, so I strongly encourage that. Now let's get into it. Strategic growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intention. It happens by attention. And when I say that it's an intention, you go into something with a purpose or a point or a goal or whatever it is. Whether you're talking about business or your personal life, growth doesn't just show up by accident. It's built on purpose with structure, support, and alignment and daily habits over and over and over again. This episode is what it really looks like to grow intentionally, not just stay busy or get burnt out or be stuck on autopilot or just spinning your wheels. I want to talk a little bit about the illusion of accidental growth. We're told to hustle, and I am a hustler. I definitely I'm familiar with the grind, and I'm a hard worker because I have places that I need to go. And I've talked about that many, many times. But there is some balance into doing things with intention. You might still be busy. And at the time I was building kind of 2 businesses at once. So yeah, there was a bit of a grind. And when you need to get somewhere, you're going to put in those hours basically to get where you want to go. But it has to be with intention, not just to be busy or because you have such a scarcity mindset that you're grasping at all of the different things that you need to do. And I've worked with people like that before, that, business owners that are like, oh, well, it's the weekend, I'm going to be working. And yes, there are definitely weekends where I'm spent, in front of the computer trying to catch up on various things, but you can't do that without a little bit of balance because you are going to burn out, and what you're creating is not going to be quality. So it's not going to speak to those people that you're trying to target. So I guess in the hustle culture, we're kind of made to keep busy or keep going and keep grinding. But if we are just intentional and focus on our goal and keep moving towards that, actively taking action on those things every day, success will find us. I can guarantee you that. You just have to be putting it into the right resources for yourself. Without a strategy, you're not growing. What is that saying? Without a goal, or without a plan, a goal is just a dream. I think I'm probably messing that up, but you need strategy because you're growing. You're not just surviving. You need to create the proper systems, both personally and professionally. There was a time when I felt like I was working really, really hard and not getting anywhere, let me tell you. So when a few years ago, when I was launching the coaching portion of my business, I would kind of, work really hard on some sort of Canva image or whatever because I didn't really know it at the time and post it and be like, okay, now all these people are going to sign up because I need to make money, because I need to pay my bills, and I need to take care of my kids. But I wasn't really like doing the things that were intentionally getting me there. Just because you throw up a post doesn't mean a million people are going to jump on it and purchase it. You have to add value to whatever it is that you're trying to create. You have to show, which is difficult sometimes, show what the result is or what they're looking for. Speak to the problem and the issue, of course, depending on whatever your business is. But I kept doing it and it would like be devastating. Like I'd feel like I was failing. But here we are a few years later, and now things are really starting to move in the right direction. But it took a lot of failing forward in order to get there. It's not always about trying harder or grasping at that result that you want. It's kind of doing things with intention and purpose and letting it flow. Because whatever your vibe is what you're going to attract. So when you're constantly clinging on to things out of a scarcity mindset, you're going to attract those things that you don't necessarily want, like the crappy customers that are always complaining or giving you a difficult time or not committing or not doing their homework or things like that, or the ones that are just kind of, rude or inappropriate because that's what you're projecting out into the world. So you want to be in a good aligned space, which is why personal growth is so important as a business owner. I can't say it enough. It really, really makes a difference. So I want to talk about strategy in business first. So you need systems that support you. And when I say systems, it means a lot of different things. It means your systems within yourself, the way that you do things, the flow of your work. If you have employees, like what gets handed off and delegated, all of that flow. And then the message that you're putting out into the world. Does it convert to the sale? Does it speak to the issue that you're trying to solve? All of those types of things. And then your daily structure. I talk forever and ever and ever and ever and ever about daily habits. And there are so many that I've come to adopt throughout my time, just in the last few years, really, as a business owner and kind of doing this awesome thing that I'm doing now. But even before that, we know if we want to reach a goal, if we want to, and I've used the half marathon before, right? When I was training for my first, even the 5K, right? You come up with a plan that you can do daily or a few days a week to reach that goal. So everything else works exactly the same way. In personal growth, strategy would mean boundaries that protect you because we want to respect ourselves, which in turn allows other people to respect us too, because we allow people to mistreat us and we don't want to do that. So we would definitely want to set some personal boundaries for ourselves. And then habits, again, those daily habits that keep us anchored in that personal growth, whether it's getting up and meditating in the morning or exercising, drinking your water, journaling, or all of them. That is a beautiful practice. So those habits keep us anchored in achieving that goal. And then a support system that mirrors your next level, not where you are. You want, if you're growing, you're kind of growing out of that circle and into a different frequency, which is why I created the Self-Love Club. If you are a woman that is trying to get out of your own way and grow already, check out the Self-Love Club at lauraferry.com. It's an amazing safe space for women that fuels growth. We're not staying stuck. We're fueling growth. We have accountability, daily accountability with each other, holding each other accountable for our goals, staying on task, negative self-talk, all of those types of things. You don't need to do more. You need to do the right things with clarity and intention, and you need to have the right support around you to do that. Sometimes people, friends, family will give you a hard time for growing. And that's just them looking at themselves in the mirror. You cannot let that stop you from becoming who you want to become because this is your story, not theirs. Where to start? So I want you to think about what you're doing out of habit and not intention. So if you're taking the same way to work every day and it frustrates you, or it's just what you're doing, or if you stop at the same deli for the same bagel and the same coffee every day on your way to work, and it's not really fueling your weight loss goal, say, you're just doing it out of habit, not intention, just because it feels safe and comfortable, maybe it's time to look at that and start taking a different way to work. Maybe that is the change that you need to make in order to help you with that health goal. And that's just one example. Think about it from the time that you wake up in the morning until the time that you get in bed at night. What are you doing out of habit, not intention? And if you want to share that, please shoot me a message on social. I want to know. The second thing is, where am I over functioning because I don't trust my systems, myself, or my employees? So, where are you running around like a chicken without a head, trying to get things done because you are either too afraid to delegate it, you don't trust the people that work with you to handle the task as well as you think that you do, or even at home, right? I know I have spoken to many moms before that talk about the fact that they don't want the kids to like cook or clean the kitchen or things like that because they won't do it right. Okay. Well, when you have that, when you can do it with intention and show them how you would like it done and make that clear, that frees up your time to do whatever else it is that you need to do. And so we want to think about those things. The things that we can delegate and take off of our plates are $1 million decisions, basically. That helps you focus on the things that are in your zone of genius and that you need to concentrate on rather than doing these stupid tasks just because you want control of the outcome. Let's let go of that control. Just do it with intention. And who's in my circle? Are they helping me grow or are they keeping me small? Both professionally and personally. You never want to be the most successful person in your circle. And I say that and it sounds like kind of crappy in a way, but I don't mean it like that. I just mean there's no one else challenging you. If you are the most successful, you make the most money, you have the best job, you know, your house is always clean, like all of those different things. Like you don't want to be that person that's at the top. You want someone to challenge you and not bring you down with everybody else. And it doesn't mean that you have to cut ties with people. It just means that you're raising your vibration. And when I say raising your vibration, thank you to Kim from Bell and Me in Washington that kind of gave me this thing a few months ago that when we say we're changing our vibration, it's not like you're above somebody else. It means just like the old radio dial. I hope you're old enough to know that. Like you change your frequency on the radio. It's not like you're above anybody. I'm not above anybody. I've changed my frequency. So I'm tuning into a different channel. And that's all that is. I want you to know you don't have to figure this out alone. That's the whole point. That's why I'm here. That you know, there's so much support to be had. And then once you are at the level that you're seeking, there is so much more support out there for you. It was interesting because I know I've talked about it before, but I spent a long time alone building these things. And sometimes, and I've said it before, as Julie had said to me a couple years ago, often the brave one stands alone. And I was the one that stepped outside the box and made a move. And I stood alone for quite a while. And it was scary and lonely. And I made a lot of mistakes and I didn't have anybody to really vent to. But I am finally finding those relationships in my life that are in the same boat. Moms that are business owners and get it and understand how hard it is sometimes to shut it off because you're just having so much fun and you're feeling creative or balancing everything of being a mom and taking care of the kids and running your business and figuring out the next step and not beating yourself up over the mom guilt or the work guilt and things like that. There are 3 ways that we can connect together. As a business owner, let's clean up the chaos behind the scenes so you can actually breathe and lead. And that is through the Growth Leader found at lauraferry.com. If you're looking for a community for personal growth, join the Self-Love Club. I am not kidding. Join the Self-Love Club. It's where real growth meets support. It's a beautiful online community of women. We do meet locally, but we meet once a week on Sunday night on a coaching call that I host, and we just kind of pour into it. We do some guided meditation and we talk about our intention for the week and anything that we might be going through at the time. It is excellent support, accountability, and love. And I cannot say it enough. If you are looking for personal coaching for yourself, I am available. Shoot me a message on social media or send me an email. I'd love to talk with you and see how I could help you get unstuck and get moving and start taking action on the goals that you want to achieve. You weren't meant to be in this alone. We're human. We need people. We need support, and we are here for you. So when you are ready, please reach out. You were meant to lead, and who you are is how you lead. And I'm here when you're ready. Until next time, I am thinking of you and sending you love, and I will see you soon.